Here are the top stories for today, June 3, 2019. Over 27 million students flocked to school as classes open nationwide. Residents of Marawi defend DSWD Secretary Rolando Bautista from rants of media personality Irwin Tulfo. The Securities and Exchange Commission warns against investing with 22 companies with suspicious investment schemes. And Higatangan Island in Biliran offers nature activities and attractions for tourists to explore.
Good day, I'm Rom Dulfo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. Our top story, the Education Department vows to provide quality education and upgrade school facilities this year as it welcomes the opening of classes today. Around 27.2 million students were welcomed back to school as school year 2019-2020 kicked off nationwide. DepEd Secretary Leonor Briones said she is deeply honored and pleased to welcome almost 27.2 million learners from all over the country. Briones welcomed the new school year this morning at the Signal Village National High School in Taguig City. She encouraged those who believe in the cause of education to work together in creating a better world for the Filipino learners. Meanwhile, Briones also said they are already looking into the matter pertaining to a viral video that shows a public school in Cavite where teachers are said to convert a comfort room into a faculty room. She said DepEd is increasing its efforts to deliver quality, accessible, relevant, and liberating basic education given the continuous increase in student population and the challenges the department has to face. The first day of classes went on smoothly today, but not without some facing the usual problems. In Ernesto Rondon High School, some students are still settling their enrollment while teachers have their own issues to take care of. Here's our report.
Almost 4,000 students arrive on the first day of classes at the Ernesto Rondon High School in Quezon City.
Naging maayos po ang pagbubukas ng klase ng Ernesto Rondon High School for the school year 2019-2020. Meron po kaming almost 4,000 students na nagbabalik eskwela para sa taong ito. At ang aming mga silid-aralan, ang aming mga pasilidad ng paaralan ay naihanda na po naming lahat ng maayos nung magsagawa kami ng Brigada Eskwela noong May 20 to 25, 2019.
Teachers have undergone the usual trainings to help them cope with the influx of students, and their biggest challenge is to keep them coming to school.
Dahil naging naman po namin talaga dito na nag-home visitation kami. Ini-encourage po talaga namin. Hindi lang po yung estudyante, kundi yung parents na papasukin ang bata kung maaari. Kasi isa po yung sa main project ng school, yung zero dropout.
Meanwhile, some students in Rondon happen to be late enrollees who still have to work on accomplishing their requirements. Others have already enrolled but they don't have sections to join in.
Kasi po, namatay po kasi mama ko. Wala na pong ibang mag-aano sa akin, kundi mga ate ko po.
So dito na napili niyo yung eskwelahan, mas malapit kayo?
Mas malapit po. Mas malapit po kasi tinitiryan namin eh.
The school is trying its best to accommodate as many students as possible, which means teachers that handle bigger classrooms are expected to take in more students. Add to that the lack of working electric fans in some classrooms, forcing students to bear the sweltering summer heat.
Supposed to be po dapat 45 to 50 lang po. Pero dahil nga po kailangan tumanggap din po kami ng mga estudyante, ginagawa po ng paraan ng principal. Halimbawa po kung malaki ang classroom, mas dinadagdagan po yung room na yun ng estudyante kapag kaya. Kasi po may mga rooms po na malalaki yung sizes.
Despite the usual challenges faced in Rondon on the first day of classes, school officials are hopeful that students would not stop studying and striving to complete their education.
Pagbutihin nila ang kanilang pag-aaral para hindi masayang ang pagod ng kanilang mga magulang. Nandito ang pamunuan ng Ernesto Rondon, nandito din ang mga guro na tumatayong pangalawang magulang nila. Huwag nilang sayangin ang pagkakataon na binibigay sa kanila para makapag-aral na mabuti.
For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Joyce Cudis.
A DepEd monitoring team will make the rounds in Calabarzon to ensure that school canteens serve healthy food and beverages. Under Department Order Number 13, healthy food and beverage should be made available to learners and DepEd personnel. Parents are also reminded to provide their kids with packed nutritious food for snacks and lunch. The monitoring team would randomly check on the various schools in Calabarzon and warn that violators will get reprimanded first and be dealt with administratively. A series of workshops were earlier conducted to improve and develop appropriate meal plan for students and for patients affected by lifestyle-related diseases such as diabetes, kidney, cardiovascular diseases, and cancer. Vacation is over for almost 3 million students nationwide. The Philippine National Police is busy maintaining the safety and security of all, while the Department of Education work double time to fix their facilities and add manpower. How about the students? What preparations did they make in welcoming the start of the school year, and what are their expectations? Let's find out in today's Boses ng Masa.
Yung paghahanda ko po, usually lang po, hinaanda ko po yung mga kailangang gamitin. Tapos po, advanced studying din po para po hindi po ako mahirapan or ma-shook po kapag nagdi-discuss na po. Tapos yung expectation ko po is matututo pa ako ng maraming bagay, tapos may enhance ko po yung skills ko dito sa Rondon.
Nag-a-advance study po, tapos sa mga kagamitan na pwedeng na magagamit ko po sa school. Tapos expectations ko po is mas malalawak at mas stretch po yung capability namin knowing sa new activities and challenges na ibibigay ng DepEd po.
Pag advanced learning po, pagbabasa ng mga libro ng mga grade 10 na po.
Nag-ready ako sa sarili ko kasi medyo, syempre mag-e-enjoy yung mga bata sa summer, pero kailangan din na maghanda para matuto na sa pasukan. And yung expectation ko po ngayon na since grade 10 na ako, mas mapapalawak po yung knowledge ko kung ano yung strand na kukunin ko sa senior high school. Ang ginawa ko po, pinahinga ko po yung utak ko para from this coming school year po, may matutunan po akong marami. Tapos nag-expect po ako ng maraming activities po from different clubs po dito sa school namin na makakatulong po sa lahat ng students para po ipakita po yung mga natatanging talento po namin.
Senator Panfilo Lacson questions the alleged auction of a Cebu shipment. Meanwhile, the Philippine Coast Guard arrests several Vietnamese fishermen found fishing off Philippine waters. More on this and other news around the metro from Janice Cave.
Senator Panfilo Lacson is seeking a meeting with Customs Commissioner Ray Leonardo Guerrero and PDEA Director General Aaron Aquino over the auction of 1 billion pesos worth of shabu. In a privileged speech last week, Lacson revealed the auction and questioned why PDEA and BOC agreed to sell drugs instead of destroying them. The two agencies claimed the auction aims to weed out importers that are involved in illegal drugs. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources is investigating two Vietnamese vessels found fishing off the waters in northern Luzon. The Coast Guard and BFAR personnel reported that on Saturday, they seized a Vietnamese fishing boat after a brief chase near Higatangan Island in Cagayan. Another Vietnamese boat was captured later in the morning. A boat captain and 9 sailors were arrested in both operations. In other news, Malacanang vows to hold the terrorist Abu Sayyaf group accountable for the death of an abducted Dutch national. This as the Western Mindanao Command confirmed the death of Ewald Horn, who was kidnapped in Tawi-Tawi in February 2012. Horn was believed to have been shot by the bandits in the middle of a firefight with government troops. The palace has expressed its condolences to the family of the victim. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Still to come, residents of Marawi City defend DSWD Secretary Rolando Bautista from the rants of media personality Erwin Tulfo. The SEC warns against investing with 22 companies with suspicious investment schemes. More on these when the PNA Newsroom continues.
ugat sa ginagawa ng presidente.
May 13, Lunes. Bumoto sa Davao si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte para sa 2019 midterm election. May 21, Martes, Malacanang. Mainit na sinalubong ng Pangulo ang bagong talagang ambassador ng Thailand sa Pilipinas na si Ambassador Vasin Ruang Pratip Saeng at tinanggap ang credentials nito. Nag-courtesy call din sa kanya ang mga opisyal ng Toyota Dealers Association of the Philippines. May 26, Linggo, Baguio City. Pinangunahan ng Commander-in-Chief ang commencement exercises ng PMA Mabalasi Class of 2019 at pinaalalahanan ang mga bagong military officers.
Be a good soldier who will serve the Constitution, protect the people, secure our sovereignty, and preserve the integrity of our national territory. Serve your country well. Die for your country if needs be. Remember the young Filipinos yet to come, the children and those who are now studying. Huwag mong kalimutan ninyo yan.
Ako po si Secretary Martin Andanar at ito ang Duterte on Duty. Abangan sa susunod na linggo ang mga gagawin ng Pangulo.
Reacting to Erwin Tulfo's tirades against retired Army General and now Social Welfare Secretary Rolando Bautista, Mindangaos have thrown their support to Bautista, who served as overall ground commander during the Marawi siege in 2017. Assemblyman Zia Lonto Adyong of the Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao on Friday said he strongly vouches for Bautista's ability to deliver on the basis of his stellar performance and unquestionable credibility as a decorated soldier and an effective public servant. The executive director of Marawi City's Siapco Pagtao also gave his support for Bautista on social media, as Lani Montilla says it was during Bautista's time as DSWD secretary that the relief assistance was converted into cash so that they could buy fish and vegetables for their meals instead of repeatedly eating canned goods and noodles in evacuation centers. Jamila Taha, who is an employee of DSWD in Marawi City, also chided Tulfo in a Facebook post saying, "When you insulted our secretary, you insulted the whole institution." Meanwhile, the police detail of the Tulfo brothers have been pulled out following the rant made by Erwin Tulfo on state-run Radyo Pilipinas. AFP spokesperson Brigadier General Edgar Arevalo, in a separate interview, clarified that the recall of the Marines assigned to Ramon had been ordered since last year, and it had nothing to do with Erwin's rant against Secretary Bautista. Broadcaster Erwin Tulfo issued today a public apology for his rants against Social Welfare Secretary Rolando Bautista. In a statement, Tulfo said he apologized using the wrong words against the DSWD secretary. Tulfo earlier issued a similar apology where he insisted that he won't take back his criticisms against Bautista. For his part, presidential spokesperson Sal Panelo appealed to the public to accept Tulfo's apology despite his reasons for ranting. Tulfo is a brother of journalist and special envoy for public diplomacy to China, Ramon Tulfo. President Duterte might not have had a chance to meet Japanese Emperor Naruhito during his recent trip to Japan, but said it would be a great honor for the Philippines to receive him in the future. Philippine Ambassador to Japan, Jose Laurel V, said Duterte would not be able to meet the emperor because of protocols and traditions. Naruhito was named emperor after his father Akihito ended his 3-decade reign on April 30. He will formally ascend to the throne in a ceremony on October 22. Presidential spokesperson Sal Panelo described the meeting between the president and Abe as productive and fruitful, as both of them considered each other as a friend. Abe congratulated Duterte for the overwhelming victory of administration-backed candidates in the midterm elections and extended his birthday greeting and best wishes to the presidential daughter and Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte, whose birthday fell on the day of the summit meeting, May 31. The Japanese leader also mentioned that he looks forward to a fruitful exchange of views with the president on various issues of mutual concern and interest, including assistance on the Mindanao peace process and infrastructure development in the Philippines. President Duterte, for his part, expressed his sympathy over the mass stabbing incident in Kawasaki and support as Japan works to bring justice to the victims. He also described Japan as a valued ally for peace, development, and the rule of law. President Duterte has ordered concerned agencies to monitor the situation in Taal Lake following the recent fish kill there. Presidential spokesperson Sal Panelo said the fish kill was caused by high sulfur levels brought by the northeast monsoon. The president has ordered, among others, a monitoring of fish prices, aside from the quality of fish brought to the markets. The palace, meanwhile, urged the public to refrain from spreading disinformation on the fish kill. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has issued an advisory warning of the 22 suspected bogus companies. The SEC responded to reports of investors spreading information on social media on how to invest and earn as much as 10 to 400% monthly interest. The SEC also warns against investing in schemes involving cryptocurrency. Any unlicensed form or selling of offering securities to the public is prohibited under the SEC's Section 8.1 of the Securities Regulation Code. Last May, Region Marketing and Juggle Innovative Marketing received cease and desist orders after they were not granted business permits by the Davao City Mayor's office. Higher jeepney fare in the Visayas, as well as upticks on selected food items, are seen as risks to the May inflation. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas projected inflation to stay between 2.8 to 3.6% this May, following a 3% reading in April. Domestic inflation rate in May 2018 rose to 4.5% from 4.3% in the previous month. Average inflation last year exceeded the government's 2 to 4% target band from 2018 to 2020 after it hit 5.2%. Amid the upside risks seen for the month, the BSP said lower prices of rice and domestic oil, along with a cut in power rates, are seen to counter price pressures. Up next, lawmakers visit Marawi City to inspect its rehabilitation. Higatangan Island in Biliran offers nature activities and attractions for tourists to explore. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders.
The Philippine Information Agency, or PIA, is mandated by EO 100 to disseminate information about government programs, projects, and services to the public. It is capable of reaching the grassroots level, even in the farthest provinces, with its regional offices and 78 information centers across the country. PIA continues to improve the lives and empower every Filipino by providing timely, relevant, and accurate information. Through the years, PIA excelled in public service, fueled with a desire to make lives better for every Filipino.
Police in Negros Occidental show their preparations for the start of classes. Meanwhile, a lawmaker reminds PUVs in Iligan City to give the appropriate discounts to students. More on these and other news for the provinces from Miguel Hill.
The Negros Occidental Police Provincial Office has activated the Oplan Ligtas Balik Eskwela to ensure the safety of students and teachers going back to school this Monday. It includes the execution of security preparations by 31 city and municipal police stations to ensure the safety of the students, parents, and teachers against crimes. Parents and guardians are advised to be watchful so that their children will not be victimized, especially by illegal drug personalities. In Iligan City, Lone District Representative Frederick Xiao reminded drivers of public utility vehicles and transport network companies to implement the 20% discount for students, persons with disabilities, and senior citizens. Xiao said on Saturday that taxis and FX are also obliged to give fare discounts. He reminded the drivers that even on weekends or holidays, students should enjoy the mandatory fare discount for as long as they are enrolled. In other news, a CAFGO member was brutally killed by alleged members of the New People's Army while participating in the Brigada Escuela program in La Paz, Agusan del Sur on May 30. Felipe Amando was shot dead by 5 men in a remote portion of Camota Lidia Barangay Road. The 26th Infantry Battalion condemned the killing, saying the act is a very clear violation of international humanitarian law. Colonel Alan Humbala, the 401st Brigade Commander, also challenged human rights group Karapatan to condemn the NPA attack. For the PNA Newsroom, I am Miguel Hill.
The government fast-tracks Marawi's rehabilitation, ensuring the residents' gradual return to their community. More on this from Wilnard Basalonia.
The House Subcommittee on Marawi Rehabilitation believes that cooperation among homeowners of damaged structures at the most affected area is crucial to fast-track the debris clearing operations in the area. After visiting the Rorogagos and Buganga transitory sites, the most affected area, and Pamayandeg Serrano Residences permanent shelter site in Barangay Kilala, Marawi City, Anak Mindanao Party List Representative Macmod Mending Jr. with fellow lawmakers Anak Mindanao Representative Amihilda Sangkopan and Antipolo City's 1st District Representative Cristina Roa Puno saw the ongoing demolition of structures and that the progress of debris clearing operations is on track.
Gusto natin makita yung actual situation on the ground kasi we are receiving reports na walang improvement, walang ginagawa. We wanted to see for ourselves. So nakita natin yung mga equipments doon nung for demolition, debris clearing. So marami ng mga structures na na-demolish. And we had a briefing on the UXOs or the unexploded ordinances. So kung ano yung proseso para gawin yun. And I have come to realize na tama yung decision ng Task Force Bangon Marawi na wag mo na pabalikin yung mga residents.
Mending also believes that TFBM can fulfill its commitment on the schedule of the gradual return of the IDPs to rebuild their homes.
So I think kaya. Kung ano lang, kung may cooperation lang nung mga may-ari. Kung papayag sila na libre na demolition. Kasi meron tayong interagency committee na nagde-determine ng structural integrity ng mga buildings. So I think mas makakabuti kung maniwala sila sa experts.
Meanwhile, Representative Puno took time to talk to IDPs to know their sentiments.
Pero yung namulat ko ako sa proseso talaga, napakahirap to be able to identify yung inyong areas. It's hard, mahirap dahil gusto natin makita yung resulta. At the same time, we want to do it in a fair and safe manner. Pero hindi sila malungkot, mukha naman sila ay they're very upbeat yung mga nakausap ko at hinarap naman sila ng mga taga-task force Bangon Marawi at binigyan mismo sila sa harap ko ng kasiguruhan na sila na daw pwede ang lapitan.
The House Subcommittee on Marawi Rehabilitation was created by the House Committee on Disaster Management, chaired by Bataan 1st District Representative Geraldine Roman, to function as an oversight for the overall recovery and rehabilitation of Marawi and make sure that the people of Marawi are not neglected. For PNA Newsroom, Wilnard Basalonia, Philippine Information Agency.
In our foreign news, residents of Virginia Beach were plunged into grief after 12 people were killed and 4 others were injured by a gunman who opened fire in a municipal building Friday last week. The shooter was identified as 40-year-old Dwayne Craddock, a former city engineer at the city's Public Utility Department. Craddock died after a long gun battle with 4 police officers and after roaming 3 floors and shooting at civilians. He was said to have used 2.45 caliber pistols and extended ammunition magazines, which were purchased illegally, along with several other weapons found in his house. The Virginia Beach Police declined to comment on any possible motive. Vigils commemorating the victims were held in Virginia Beach throughout Saturday. U.S. President Donald Trump has ordered U.S. flags to be flown at half-staff in memory of the victims. In sports, TNT Katropa rebounded from their previous losses on Sunday night by routing Phoenix Pulse 114-88. Terrence Jones piled up 40 points. RR Pogoy scattered 31 points, spiked by 8 3-pointers, while Jason Castro came through with a triple-double game with 13 rebounds, 11 points, and 11 assists. The Katropa came through a heated match, which led to the ejection of Phoenix coach Louis Alas, fuel master Jason Perkins, TNT Twins David and Tony Semerad, and consultant Mark Dickel. Calvin Bueva was the 6th to be ejected after he threw a punching foul on Jones. Meanwhile, Aline Maliksi took the lead on offense to help Blackwater hold off rain or shine 98-92. Maliksi finished with 19 points and leading the Elite's balanced offensive and supported Alex Stevenson's 13 points and Bobby Ray Parks with 24. For those who are still in the mood for a summer getaway, Higatangan Island in Biliran may be the place for you. The island is promoting sea adventures and other nature trips that are previously not known to visitors. Janice Cave with the story.
Higatangan Island Summer Festival, held last May 25 to May 26, promotes other tourism assets of the island, one of which is the Capella del Mar, or the Sunken Chapel. It features a 12-foot cross and 8 benches that symbolize the 8 towns of Biliran province. Submerged in 25 to 30 feet deep, the Sunken Chapel is ideal for snorkeling and scuba diving. It also serves as an artificial reef housing marine life surrounding the island. Another must-try is the manta tow activity, where a snorkel diver holds on to a manta board attached to the boat while the boat runs on the speed of 6 to 8 kilometers per hour. There is also a platform installed for cliff diving. It is located at the highest part of the Higatangan rock formation, about 10 to 15 meters high. Another adventure in Higatangan is spelunking or caving. There are 3 caves on the island. One of these is the Artem Cave, home to hundreds of bats, fossilized giant clams, and hundreds of hermit crabs resting along walls of the caves. Higatangan Island also features white sand beaches, rugged cliffs, turquoise waters, coral gardens, and rock formations. Head on to Higatangan Island on your next destination. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Mindanao experienced mostly cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms on the opening classes today. This is due to the oscillation of the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ, which is expected to affect Mindanao in the next 5 days. Meanwhile, no tropical cyclone is expected to affect the country in the next 5 days. Let's now check out the weather forecast for Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Let's take another look at today's biggest stories.
Over 27 million students flock to school as classes open nationwide. Residents of Marawi defend DSWD Secretary Rolando Bautista from rants of media personality Irwin Tulfo. The Securities and Exchange Commission warns against investing with 22 companies with suspicious investment schemes. And Higatangan Island in Biliran offers nature activities and attractions for tourists to explore.
Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all our social media platforms and websites. And that's your daily dose of the latest news and information that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I'm Rom Dulfo. Good day.